Hello and welcome to the Gothic Witches Kitchen. Today we're not going to be cooking something. This is just going to be a very short episode about how to cure and take care of your cast iron. Now this is my first cast iron skillet. I about cried when my friend gave it to me for Christmas. It was such a sweet gift and I've wanted one for so long. I really don't have any experience with them other than my grandmother's, and I know that my grandmother's lasted her a lifetime. My mother now has those. But when you get one, if you get one and you inherit it and it's already seasoned and cured, that's awesome. But if you get one that's brand new, you need to do it yourself. Now, a brand new one, especially if it's lodge, will come pre-seasoned, but you want to do a little bit extra too when you get it. Plus, you do have to wash it when you get one. So, what we're going to do is we're going to wash this with warm, soapy water. This is the only time in its life you're going to do this. You don't need to use soap on a skillet. Let's get washing. Okay, so now we're going to get some warm water and some soap, and we're going to clean this thoroughly. The handle and everything. Wash everything really good. Ignore the mess. We just got through with dinner. So, and apparently now Monkey has to go potty. Okie dokie. Go potty. So get your favorite soapy poison. Load it up. It's okay to use the scrubby part because I want to get off any residue. Just give it a little bit of help. It's okay. I've seen people use wire brushes and Brillo pads, whatever. It's okay, I guess, for the first time. Who says we can't have a little fun while washing? Make sure every bit of soapy residue is washed off completely. Now what we're going to do is, obviously, we're going to thoroughly dry this. Get this off my hand. I don't want any soap. After I hand dry it, I'm just going to let it sit out for a few minutes and dry itself. Make sure that that iron is totally dry. Now, I've already got my oven preheated to 350 because I made cornbread earlier at 400, so I just turned it down and let it come to 350. And as you see, I have covered a pan with foil. That's to catch the oil that's going to drip off. Some people season their cast iron skillets with vegetable oil, like the liquid, and that's fine, but a lot of people, and this is what I'm going to do because this is what my grandmother did, you use the Crisco type stuff. Just makes it a little, I don't know, for me it'd make it a little easier. Get you some paper towels and dig some out of there. Get you a little glop. Now, let me make sure that you can see this. We are going to rub that in. Make sure the entire thing is coated. And when I say entire, I mean the handles. Everything. The outside. Cover this thing in oil. You will also maybe notice that this is like a charcoal grayish black. It's not dark black like your grandmother's may be. The reason why is because it takes a lot of cooking and seasoning to get it like that. That's the fats getting, it's carbonized fat is what it is from cooking over and over in oil again. I'm just rubbing the whole thing down. And we're not going to leave, see how it's white? I'm going to rub back over that. We're not going to leave like globby spots. We just want it to look almost like a shiny black. Make sure it's all rubbed in. I'm going to get another paper towel. It's already looking darker and prettier. I love cast iron. Black is beautiful. Just wipe it down. Get all those globs off. Make sure it's just an even coat of oil. Make sure that you've taken care of that handle. Everything, this is ready. Boy, that's so much prettier already. This is ready to go in the oven. Oh, I had a crumb on my countertop. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this, some people put it straight into the oven. I'm going to put it, whoop, there's a glob right there, I didn't see. You can put it on the rack and put the drip pan underneath it, or you can stick it directly on this drip pan. I'm going to start with it upside down, and then after an hour, I'm going to flip it, put a little more oil in it, cook it the other way. So here we go into a 350-degree oven for 1 hour. This will stink and smoke up the house. I'm going to open the back door. It never hurts to get a little fresh air in the house anyway. And now the dog can come and go as she pleases. Which she won't. She's going back for a cookie. So, after an hour, how did that get on there? I just found a glob. See, this stuff is wild. After an hour, we'll be back. Now, an hour has gone by. We're going to take this skillet out of the oven and be very, very careful. And we're going to give it one more rub. I think I might cure it upside down again because I was going to do it the other way, but I really don't want to, I'm not comfortable putting it on my racks without having it in the pan itself with the foil. So I'm just going to put another coat on it, put it back in the same way it was. Wow, the smell is horrible. Maybe I'll do it that way and do it at an angle. Be very careful that you don't accidentally touch the skillet. You'll regret it. Actually, I'm going to put a thing on just to make sure. I'm just going to wipe out a little bit of that excess and it'll be ready to go back in. tilt it up so it's not sitting flat, but I will put it up this way. Now I'll set the timer for 1 more hour. After that hour, what you do is you just turn off the oven. The skillet will stay in the oven overnight as the oven cools down. It'll continue curing as the heat goes down in the oven. So that is how you cure a cast iron skillet. The first things that you want to cook in it should be greasy. One of the best things you can cook in it the first time is bacon. That'll go ahead and put another layer on there. That's a good thing to do. Everybody loves bacon. So there you have it. Thank you for joining me for this little lesson, and we'll see you next week for the Gothic Witches Kitchen.